and this is going back to some of the things that I use with the graphic novel, but also in class as a social studies and science teacher, some of the things that I used to do with my students, with my MLs, using labels and diagrams and models. I taught science one year where I had 17 students in my period 7, and of the 17, 10 of them were MLs. How did I engage them? I was really big on using notebooks and doing a lot of diagramming and hand-on work for them and connecting what we were doing to the vocabulary. Um, Let students do the lab activity first, and that was another good thing. Like, I would have them work backwards. We would also talk about, like, if I take this and I mix it with this, what do you think is going to happen? Having some hypotheses, and I would allow them to sketch note. And then I know I said in the chat earlier that I was going to drop on the Padlet the TED Talk about using graphic novels. There was also another activity that I found. There's another webpage about sketchnoting. So we sketchnote in ELA. I picked that up from my ELA colleagues. So we also used to sketchnote in science. And there's a page, a web page that could describe how to use sketchnoting in science class for your ML specifically. Offer sentence frames, I observe, because to support academic talk that help them. And again, all this leads up to our interactive science journals with bilingual notes and drawings alongside English writing. Social studies was pretty similar. Primary sources with scaffolds, captionings, loving timelines. They love videos of original speeches, role playing and simulation. Some of the best fun I ever had in social studies classes was role playing. We did Jamestown one year, and they decided to talk about the hunger period, and everybody was starving and dying. But it was cute because they were fully immersed in trying to learn about Jamestown so they could role play this out. Tackling the students' background knowledge, which was really important because when you look at history, history is it's like cohesive everywhere. We all have similar histories, regardless of where you lived on the world, on this globe. Everybody's had some type of revolution, or people being disenfranchised, fighting for their rights or their freedoms. So that was also great in social studies class, and using graphic organizers, which it connects with like interactive science journal. Anytime they can use anything with details and writings and drawings, that helps with the language acquisition. Hi, do you want to learn about photosynthesis? And then he explained, he used, like the arrows and the pictures, that the plants need carbon dioxide. He labeled it. The plant needs water, light energy. And this was Daniel. This is a student who was an ML. And then we also had Sailor for Hire. This was done in social studies, and this was a unit that we did on exploration of the globe. What would you like? And he wrote a little story about getting his crew together, what he was looking for, so they could go expand. And what were they looking for? When they're exploring, they're looking for new trade routes to Asia. They were looking for spices, gold, and finding new land. And if you look at the pictures that he selected, he used backgrounds to show me that he understood the content.